Folks, we got a special episode coming up. Apologize for any tardiness. Without celebrating a birthday party for a friend. And so coming back this late, thought it didn't make sense to dive into Ocarina of Time. Wanna, dedicate the proper amount of time for that game, right? Trying to collect my thoughts right now. I had an amazing time. It was such a beautiful surprise for that for my friend. So still kind of riding that high. It was really sweet. It's a really nice moment. Um, so I'm kind of banking on the fact switching between English and French. There we go. I'm banking on the fact that not a lot of people are going to tune in tonight. So I will send a couple messages to let people. Mm. Dead air. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy and paste just to make it a little faster for all of us here. Super fast. I should have done this before. um. So, Black Myth Wukong. I want to revisit this game just a little bit, purely just to do something that I've said I was gonna do. Boom. Then reset. Go. Okay, so I don't know who I'm supposed to whom I'm supposed to credit for this. Oh no. Are you kidding me? There we go. We're all good. So I'm gonna move myself up here just so we can see the should I make myself a little smaller as well? There we go. Just so you can see the ranking at all times. And also we don't really care. Andres is here. What's up? So Andres was the special. Why is he so late? Why am I so late? I've been waiting 2 hours. I was with you in the past 2 hours. What's up, Andres? How are you doing? It was a beautiful moment. I'm really happy that we got to share this moment with you. It was really, really special, really beautiful. So again, happy birthday again, surprise. That was so cool. So that's what's up. That's what's up. Welcome to the stream, man. Yeah. So right. So I'm. Oh, that's embarrassing. No, we're good. Could have been bad though. You're welcome, Andres. I went back, so I'm just gonna go this for the meantime. I went back through every single stream. I watched every single stream after we were done, and went through all the bosses. So here we go. I'm gonna do a tier list now. As you see it here, it says most difficult, very difficult, difficult, average difficulty, easy, very easy, easiest boss, LOL. I'm going to remove this category from the get-go and call it did not beat. Because there was a few of those in this category, right? So from the get-go, I'm kind of gonna betray the tier list itself, right? Because first of all, easiest boss LOL is not a real category. So get that out of the way from the get-go. Okay. So that's what's up, right? And then it's just it'll make things a little easier for us. So now I have a little issue with going on off of difficulty. So I'm gonna go through the list once, basing them off of difficulty and how difficult they were for me when I was playing the game, right? The results might be a little skewed because as I was going through the list, there were so many bosses that we beat in one go. So it might be a fluke, is what I'm trying to say. It's entirely possible that the results were skewed because I only beat them once. And had I missed it once, had I died at an embarrassing moment, I would have had to retry it over and over again and would have been in a different mindset and would have failed over and over again, right? That's why I don't really like doing it off of difficulty. So I'm going to do the list once, and then I'm going to... Hello, Sushi. Welcome, Sushi. Welcome to the stream. We're doing a tier list. We're doing the boss tier list of Black Myth Wukong. Waiting since 7 p.m. I'm sorry, guys. Very angry. I'm sorry. You could have waited a little longer at the party, you know? You could have stuck around for a little longer. I could have dropped you off home on the way back. That was cool. It was such a beautiful moment, though. I want to reiterate. Of course, you know, you had to be there. But it was really, really nice. I hope you had a good time, Andres, really. So, gonna go through the list once, and then I'm gonna do it again based off of general vibes. And that's gonna be the most important list. Based on how much I like them, based on their appearance, their movesets, their difficulty as well. Of course, that's gonna be a part of the rating. But just overall is gonna be some kind of more of not necessarily a difficulty tier list, but a ranking, just global, like just all-encompassing of all their attributes and vibes and whatnot. So this is exciting. This is the first time I'm doing a tier list, period. I've never done one myself either. Now, my notes. Well, my notes are not relevant right now. Might be, actually, because of how many attempts. So, but these are different. Going off of a different order, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do it. Right. Okay, so I'm just gonna jump into it, and can I Control F? Oh, I can. So, there it is. Apraman we fought it in stream 7. Took us 1 attempt, right? So I'm gonna put it in very easy, right off the get-go. Bottom of the tier list, no difficulty at all. Might be at the upper end of E tier because, you know, it was just flying around and it was hard to hit it. But beyond that, its only gimmick was that it would harden its skin a couple of times and throw some ice stuff at you and maybe deal like a few projectiles and deal some nasty damage like that. But overall, it's not hard at all. Bao Lang Lang. Let's see. This might be a little tedious. You guys will have to bear with me. Bao Lang. No, I'm messing up. Bao Lang Lang was in stream 14. That was the fire one in Act 5. And we beat it in 1 go. Now, Bao Lang Lang... No, I remember it was easy. That one, I would put it easier than Apramanabat because it was the 5th time we beat one, and I was already over it at that point. And so I don't think it's... I wouldn't put it above Apramanabat. Bao Ligu Ba. I think that's the... Chapter 3, 1. There it is. It's a chapter 4 one. So it was the poison one, I think. Yeah, it was the poison one. I would say it's slightly tougher than this one, but again, very easy. Are they easy or very easy? No, I would still put them. They're not very easy, right? The first ones gave me a little tougher time, right? But this one might be very easy only because you get an item, right? One of the special items of the game that just trivializes this fight completely. You get this fire cloak that just reduces all the fire damage to basically nil, and gives you fire resistance and whatnot. So and since you don't get that for poison, and you have to have the poison consumables, that's the only reason why I would put Bao Li Gulang in easy instead, because at least there's the added difficulty of the poison. Bao Li Gulang is the first one. That's the first one we fought. And though it did take me 2 attempts, yeah, I would still put it in easy. Because I'm keeping in mind also at what point you get there in the game. In Act 1, you're still very understuffed. You don't deal a lot of damage. You don't have a lot of health. And so maybe in that sense, it's going to be a bit of a challenge, right? But it's still easier than the poison one because it has no ailments and whatnot. It's just jumping around. The only point I would understand, the only case I would make for it is that it has other frogs in the arena while none of the others do. So this one might be... I don't think it would be more difficult than the poison one just because it's still Act 1. You know what I'm saying? Bishui Golden-Eyed Beast. Bishui? Please? Cannot find Bishui. Is there an extra eye somewhere in there? Oh. That's fascinating. So I know it's Act 5. Oh, I didn't write it correctly. Took us 1 attempt. I would put this one in average difficulty, right? Because it was jumping around a lot. But at that point in the game, Act 5, you have all the stuff in the game. There's no reason why you should struggle against this one. You have all the best. You have some of the best equipment. You're doing so much damage. You have so many transformations. You have all the transformations basically at that point. You have at least 3 charges, if not 4, of your heavy attack. If you know how to place them and everything, there's no challenge there. It has a lot of health. It deals quite a lot of damage. But again, you have if you're struggling with damage, there's a lot of little pills that you can consume to kind of increase your defense and whatnot. And you have so many charges of your healing flask, so it really trivializes it. Black Bear Guai took us 1 attempt. It's easy, honestly. I'm going to put it here. I like it here because, again, it's just completely trivialized by the same thing with Bao Lang Lang, right? It's completely trivialized by the special item you get, the Fireproof Mantle, right? That you get in the same act. It's designed this way. Black Long. That one I'm going to put in difficult. I don't think it's very difficult. It's just that there was this gimmick where it would drum the ground. I have the timestamps for each one of them. So if anyone is interested in watching the fights just to get it fresh in their minds, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to breeze through it, and you guys can check the time codes. I might even put this in the description of the stream afterwards if anyone is interested in going to check it out for themselves. Right. So it was drumming the ground with the rings of electricity, but beyond that, once you get it, once you jump on the rocks to avoid it and kind of kite the enemy so that it doesn't break the rocks, you can overcome the most difficult aspect of the boss very easily, right? Black Wind King, very easy. I do not remember struggling at all against this one. Took us 1 attempt. It was disappearing for half the fight, which maybe, you know, would put you under a little pressure and kind of appear randomly. But I am going to say it's easier than Bao Lang Lang. And on top of that, it's just like a temporary, like it's a phase 1 boss. But, you know, that happens way before it's phase 2, which is a big problem in this game. It did this so many times. Brown Iron Cart, I think, is the first one. Iron Cart. Brown Iron Cart is the first one, yeah, that we encounter. I'm gonna put these in easy. I think it might be a little tougher than it is tougher than the frogs. Might be even a little tougher than Black Bear Guai. What am I thinking? No, it's a gimmick fight. These are not hard. No. I don't think they're very easy, but they're not of average difficulty either. So yeah, I'm gonna put them here. Buddha's right hand. How many attempts did it take? No. There's no S. Buddha. Because one attempt. I don't remember struggling against this one. It's not very easy. It is very. I didn't struggle at all. I'm gonna put it here. Bullguard is one of the first bosses we fight. It's an introduction fight. I don't think there's any real way to lose against it. That's when we get the immobilize spell, which again, the immobilize spell just knocks all the bosses down one notch, makes all the fights that much easier. So yeah, the fact that it's this early in the game is insane to me. But yeah, there we go. So Bullguard is gonna be one of the easier. No, it's not harder than Blackwind Guai. Blackwind King. Captain Kalpa Wave, I think it took us one attempt, yeah. It's not hard. No, it's going to be down here. Captain Lotus Vision was a little tougher. I think it took us 3 attempts. 2 attempts. I think this one is. I would put it in average difficulty because it does shoot so many beams at some point that dodging them it becomes really challenging if you don't have enough stamina, if you don't have enough good reflexes and whatnot, which is my case. But again, this gimmick, this mechanic that I just described is trivialized by the fact that you can spin your staff. And it deflects all the projectiles. Now, it will have one ultimate one that kind of shoots at you in the blink of an eye. So if you can't skip that one, you are going to take damage, but not a lot of damage. And it's really pretty and everything. I'm going to put it in easy for that because it's trivialized by one of the mechanics that the Destin one has, right? Captain Wise Voice was a very impressive fight. I'm going into descriptions I would give for it afterwards, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. Mechanically, it did have a phase where it went bug wild crazy on us, just like shooting beams everywhere. So if you don't manage to avoid enough of them, it could cost you a lot, right? So for that, I'm going to put it in. It is easier than the Lotus Vision. I don't think it's easier than Black Bear Guai, though. I think this is a good spot for it because it's not very easy either, right? There is a gimmick where there's only one part of the party that you can really damage, and then it knocks it down, and then hitting its head, spinning head thing is going to deal the most damage to it, right? Centipede Guai was easy. I'm not losing sleep over this one. Might be even here. Yeah. Shenlong immediately. It's maybe not. No, it's not easier than Bullguard or Blackwind King, but it's a joke fight, right? It's a meme. Developers thought they would add in a joke there. Peacefully, that's the one that goes like this. So I don't think that it's certainly not harder than Kalpa Wave or Bao Lang Lang. Cloud Treading Deer. This one wasn't I'm confident in putting this one. It wasn't hard or average difficulty. Maybe it is. It does go a little crazy in its second phase. First phase with all the cyclones, but then second phase is easy so long as you have anti-miasma pills, right? Stuff to cure your poison. But the first phase, because I've always in this game I always struggled with the ice ailment for some reason. That one was the one that gave me the toughest time. So that I'm gonna kind of give it points for that. But it might be a personal thing. Commander Beetle, I even forgot about it when we fought it. So here. Yeah. Blackwind King was easy though. Because again, Commander Beetle, you get there so late in the game, you're already overstuffed, overpowered. You have all the spells and all the transformations, so whatever. Crimson Silver Card, I think that's one of the later ones. Might be even the last one. Crimson. No, it's the second one. No, it's the third one. Crimson Silver Card is the third one. I think it's the one that's in the corridor. So it really there's no. It's a two-dimensional fight, right? One goes in one direction. For that, it's easier at least than the Brown Iron card. I don't think it's very easy. No, it is very easy. Very easy. It doesn't move front or back, left or right. It's stationary. It doesn't move there. You just wait, or you go back once it's doing its flames in front of it, and when it's shooting the flames down the corridor, there's a little corner just a few feet away, few meters behind it, right? Cyanlung. It's not the most difficult fight, so I'm not going to put it up there. It is very difficult, though. I'm really happy to put Cyanlung up there. Took us so many attempts, too. Cyanlung took us 7 attempts. Took me 7 attempts. This one, I'm going to put it up here, because there is quite the learning curve with it. Chapter 3, it's still kind of a middle area where you got some stuff, but like the equipment kind of doesn't really follow. I think I was struggling a little with damage. I think that's where I was kind of scratching my head about damage. But it's really it's not very difficult. No, I am gonna leave it here because it is a tough fight, right? It was a challenge. It took me 7 attempts. I was even by the 7th attempt, I didn't nail him quite completely with its moveset and everything. Taoist me. It does have a second phase where it transforms into Violet Hall, which is one of the transformations we get, where it poisons you and everything. But again, at that point, you have Immobilize and Pluck a Many, so you stop it in place, and then you have all your monkey friends hitting it over and over again, nonstop. You melt through half its health bar in the blink of an eye. We can go check it out if you want. Just for the because I'm making a point here. Let me check because I have the time code. It's a little faster than just always. Hello? So it's stream 11. Boom, live. Scroll down. There it is. And the time code is 2:48:15. Oh, there's no sound.
Violent evil it is.
Quality, I'm gonna bump it up here. Oh!
I must bring it back.
Okay, you can skip ahead because they do not shut the fuck up in this game.
What do you mean?
Would please my master greatly.
Dumbass? What do you mean? Do you not know who you're dealing with? I just went and killed all your former colleagues.
You're talking too loud, Tico. Shut up. Andres said Among Us. Right here. What about that? So, okay. I wasn't looking at the fight. Is this game really this slow?
Guy seems pretty sus. Yeah. He's jump scared too. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, what do you think, Anxiety? Would he be a mod?
Shut up.
Viper, his fucking. How about my gun in your face?
Got him. Fucking, you're destroying him, Tico.
I kill you.
Okay.
Can you please heal? God, I really gotta get a new remote.
That's what I'm saying. I did, though.
A controller, I mean.
Look at the damage I
Really
was
gotta
dealing,
get a
like
new
with the heavy
remote.
attack. 1, 2, 3 charges,
A
boom.
controller, I mean.
Is the game really this slow? No way. I'm in normal speed.
Oh, he's not gonna be dead. He's gonna leave, and we're gonna find him somewhere later on. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Really pissed me off the whole time. But it actually has a second phase.
Oh, we said that he was gonna show up.
And then,
my friends, though.
look at this. Calling my friends, I have pluck of many, immobilize
Go to
it.
town, boys. Fuck him up.
Look at the amount of damage that we're gonna deal within the first few seconds. The red bar is the amount of continual damage that we do, like, uninterrupted, right? Look at this. This is absolutely insane.
God, we destroyed this guy.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, it feels super slow. That's insane. So for that sake, I think that Taoist Me is gonna be easy. Yeah, easier even than this one. Yeah, I'm good with leaving it here, honestly. That's what's up. So Duskvale was tough. Duskvale, it was in the same stream too. I think it took us like 4 attempts. I think. Duskvale, 3 attempts. Yeah, decent moveset, only ruined by jumping around is my note. That's half the fights in this game is just you having to run around the arena half the time to catching up with the boss. Oh no, I didn't. Oh yeah, here. It's not harder than. I will put it in difficult. It's not average difficulty though. But putting it in difficult is, I would have to add so many categories for this. So I'm jumping between these two, right? It wasn't smooth sailing, right? Average difficulty, what does that mean? Average based on what? Like an overall average? Because no, then it's not average. It's a little above average, right? Based on the fact that all the other bosses in the game are going to end up in these 2 categories, right? Earth Wolf, very easy. Yeah, we did in 1 attempt, maybe 2. No, 1 attempt. Very easy. It is chapter 2, so maybe we struggle a bit with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm fine with that. Elder Armor Worm, also very easy. It had no gimmick to it. Like it wasn't hardening or anything. It was just it was a speed bump, you know what I'm saying? There's just no. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of me putting them here just for convenience. Maybe it's harder than Bao Lang Lang, but easier than Bao Lang Lang, but whatever. Once they end up in this category, it's just going to be a dump. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to think too much about it. Elder Jinshi, very easy too. Like if you kill one of the minions that spawn behind it, it'll heal you, right? It does have a crazy moveset though, so I might put it up here. But yeah. Emerald Arm Mantis, is that the one inside of Joubajia's stomach? It is.
That one was tough. That one was difficult. It took us 4 attempts. So I'm confident in putting it up here. It was harder than Black Lung for sure. I don't think it was very difficult. It had a crazy moveset though. But Cyan Lung is up here. I like Cyan Lung and Emerald Arm Mantis are 2 different fights, right? Like this one is much more graspable. You know what I'm saying? It's not very difficult. It is difficult though. Fastest Wind, Quickest Fire, I'll put them in average difficulty right here. Maybe easier than the Beschwiggled the Night Beast still. It's just there's 2 of them and they're kind of moving around the arena. One of them is flying half the time, so you can't hit him all the time. And it has this crazy thing where it's kind of shooting fire. It might be easier than the Cloud Treading Deer though. Still. I'm fine here. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Far to the Stones. Get that shit out of my face. It's a dumb fight. It wasn't a fight. It was just standing there and not really hitting us. First Prince of Flowing Sands. It is easy. It's easier than that. Took us 1 attempt too. It's not easier than the rest of these though. It is. It's not. They're not hard fights. The only reason I'm jumping between these 2, and I'm looking based off of Taoist Me. Is it easier than Taoist Me? No. Taoist Me is a joke. It's just that these are easier after all. You know what I'm saying? Not even. Taoist Me. We just saw it. I bled through its health bar. It was barely damaged. How much healing charges do I have left? Like 5. 4 or 5, something like that. It was barely taking any damage. Yeah. Something like this. Ugh. I don't remember struggling at all against this one. Maybe easy and not very easy. Because it packed a punch. No, I'm going to put it in very easy. Flint Chief. Again, if you don't have the fireproof mantle, it might be up here, right? Because you have to deal with the fact that you're taking a lot of fire damage because it happens in lava. If you have the fireproof mantle as a passive, it makes you immune to fire damage, like lava damage. You know what I'm saying? It does have a little second one helping out, fighting in with it. Maybe that's what makes it tougher. I don't want to be a hater, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to put them all in very easy and kind of call it a good day, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to put it in easy at the bottom end of the easy because there is the gimmick with the lava, but it is trivialized if you think of equipping the item. Flint Vanguard, is that the one that's out in the... Yeah, right before Mother of Flamelings. And this one had a whole bunch of people helping it out. They kept jumping in. That was the only difficulty of it. Yeah, something like this. Just because it had a whole bunch of ads jumping in to help it out. Fucking Erlang Sacred Divinity. Is that the first one? That's the prologue one. Maybe they named it differently here because it has the characters behind it. Or does this list kind of put Erlang in one go? Because there's Erlang Shen here. Yeah, they don't differentiate between Erlang Sacred Divinity and Prologue Erlang. Because Prologue Erlang was a breeze. It was very easy. Right? It was a gimmick. Like there was no way of beating it, of losing against it. You know what I'm saying? Well, there's no way of beating it as well because it's scripted that you lose at the end. But if we're talking about Erlang in Act 6, fucking crazy fight. That was insane. Even with the plantain fan, which kind of melted through its first bar, it had this crazy thing that if it was scripted, that at X amount of HP, it was going to regain its health bar, its armor bar. If you brought it down at that moment, it's going to regain it instantly, without skipping a beat. Right? If the game decided that at that point it was getting its armor bar, no matter how much time you spend bringing it down, it's gonna come back up. It's a bullshit fight in that sense. Thing written underneath it, but I can't read it. Hold up, let me. And true ending form, it says. Right. Okay. So it's not the prologue form; it's the true ending form. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Because you need to beat him to get the true ending of the game, which we did. I don't know what difference it is, but whatever. I hope, like, I haven't seen the monitor, but I'm hoping that you guys can kind of visualize it well. I think so, yeah, because if I can see it well, you guys can see it well. You guys are seeing exactly what I'm seeing. Fuban, very easy. You get the help of the Rat King afterwards, so makes it even easier. Only thing is that its damaging parts are its claws, which is also its attacking parts. So if you're right in front of it and it attacks and you kind of don't see it coming because you're focused on your combo, then you're probably gonna get hit. But it took us one attempt to beat it, so I'm not losing any sleep over this one. I'm perfectly fine in putting it in very easy. Though I would accept an argument that it's at the bottom end of easy. Maybe not. Fungi woman. This one attempt, it's one of these dumb gimmick where you go pick up a plant and it's actually an enemy. Happened so many times in the game, I was so over it by the third one. So I don't really like this fight, but I guess it's easy. I'm not gonna put it in very easy because it does deal damage and poison damage as well. So you gotta kind of juggle between the two. But I think is it Act 5? Fungi woman? No, it's Act 4. I put it in one go. Fungi woman. It's Act 4. Yeah. Yeah. At that point, you're already kind of breezing. It's like breezing through all the other enemies, so you're not, struggling too much again. Giant Shigandang. That one took us so many attempts. Hello? I struggled a lot against this one because I just didn't understand what I was supposed to do. Took me like 10 attempts, I wrote. Right about 10 attempts. But it's a Shadow of the Colossus fight, not even like that. It's just like it was doing all these crazy moves, dealing a whole bunch of fucking damage, and sometimes I didn't even understand how I was supposed to dodge it. Like it would do the sweep. There needs to be a letterbox for monkey video game bosses. That's what I'm trying to do here. Hello, Parker. So good to see you. How are you doing? So glad to have you here with us. How are you doing? How's life? How are things for you? Glad to have you here with us. Feel free to pitch in if you have strong opinions about any of these bosses. But again, the thing is, like, it's completely trivialized once you get the last staff. We beat it in one go. I can prove it to you. $15 at 240. Stream 15, 240. 15 was right. I'm good, buddy. You tell him. Happy to be here. I love you more, Parker. I'm so happy to have you here with us. Make yourself comfortable. Get yourself some snacks. So yeah, just to show you. This was the
that, but
fight.
There's gonna
I can show you
body
the
part.
final attempt, actually. It'll even make more sense. Chigande. 239.25. Kind of jumped ahead a bit. So, right, it would do these tremor moves, and okay, so I suck, right? So this is on me. But these are, in practice, not too hard to fight. And then so it slams its foot here. I did a cloud step just to get quicker to it. And then it leaves its hand here. All I had to do was charge the heavy attack.
What now?
Still don't know what that was for. I think if you're right underneath it, maybe you get sucked in and take damage.
Okay.
So then, and then it does this sweep that if you're right next to it, you might, you know, take a little bit of damage. And it does a second one. These super slow moves. Okay, and then it does this one again, and that's where I go over, and just to show you how dumb this fight is, right? That's when I get the 4 charges. I do the heavy charge, and I one-shot it. And then it does this final kind of a martyr kind of move that for some reason I couldn't dodge to save my life.
One key.
And that was it. So, in that sense, it packed a punch. You know what I'm saying? You know, you had to be locked in. Sorry, I had to be locked in. So I don't think it's very easy. It is tougher than some of these. It's not up here though, because you one shot it, right? As soon as you're able to kind of nail it, you one shot it. There's nothing else. So for that sense, I want to put it here because it's just a one shot. It's a gimmick fight. All gimmick fights deserve to be down here. Gold armored rhino. I'm okay with putting it in average difficulty. It's not a gimmick fight. You just have to break his horn and then you can deal damage to it because otherwise, you'll get deflected. Right. As soon as you're able to break its horn, you can go to town. The only difficulty that then comes along is that it runs around the arena a lot, right? So there's a lot of catching up to do. So in that sense, yeah, it might be a little tough. But that's it. What if I don't understand the gimmick? Then you're in hot waters because this whole game is a gimmick fight. Not so easy anymore. You're right, absolutely. Yeah. You're right, absolutely. If you don't grasp the gimmick, it's gonna fly over your head. Like it did in the first 8 to 9 attempts I was trying it. I was just not understanding what I was supposed to do, where I was supposed to hit it, right? And then I took a step back. We did other things. I grabbed the other weapon, the Sun Wukong's weapon and armor, and then that's what allowed us to do this insane one hit kill, right? But that's what you just said, Andres, applies to 88%, 89% of the fights. They're just gimmick fights. As soon as you understand what the game expects you to do, you can do it, and the rest of the fight is a breeze to go through, right? Gore-eyed Taoist took us 1 attempt, I remember. It was very cool visually. I'm going to talk about that afterwards. But I don't think it's very hard. It could be, though. I remember there was one attack that melted my health bar all the way down. And had I not healed at the right time beforehand, probably would have one hit kill me, right? So, yeah, right here is fine for me. Gray bronze card, which one is that one? Is that the 4th one? Oh, I wrote it the American way. They wrote it the English way. No, what? Oh, okay, strange. That was the 2nd one, actually. Whoops. Oh, no, that's the corridor one. I lied about the other card. Crimson Silver Card was actually tougher. Took me 2 attempts. And it kind of moved around in a bigger arena. Don't forget to update Windows. Well, I don't know how much, hold up. I don't know how much I can show about the update, like how much it's gonna kind of reveal of me. But the update here, the latest Windows 11 2024 update is about connectivity with the introduction of Wi-Fi 7, boosting productivity with new quick settings, and improving accessibility with advanced assistive hearing device supports. Plus, it introduces energy-saving features that extend battery life and reduce energy consumption. And for those eager to embrace the future, we get a slew of features specifically for a new generation of Copilot Plus PCs. These cutting-edge devices are built to harness the power of AI, offering unprecedented speed and intelligence. With Copilot Plus PCs, you're not just keeping up with the times, you're setting the pace for what's new to come. So this is not a mandatory update. If it was mandatory, it would show up as orange. You know what I'm saying? This is a blue update that just says like, hey, we got new features. So I don't need it. I don't care for anything that they just mentioned. Maybe the energy saving things, but I have 2 4K monitors, right? So I'm already burning through my energy consumption. I'm tearing a hole through the planet just turning my monitors on. You know what I'm saying? So it would be hypocritical of me to say, "Oh, but my OCD is striking at the moment." I'm sorry about that. I'll work on it. I'll do it afterwards. I'm not gonna do it right now. It will make sense. I'm yapping too much. So where did I have the other one? Right here. That's fine. That's the one in the corridor. Gray bronze card is the one in the corridor. Yeah. Green cap martialist, I think it was difficult. I remember. Took us a few attempts and did this thing when I summoned my monkeys, it would transform into a wheel and become untouchable. And I don't think I could immobilize it. It was a challenge. I think it was tougher than Black Long even. Yeah, I'm good with putting it here. Guangmu, I don't remember much about it. It's down here with the first kind of early level bosses. Yeah, right here is fine. It's not that Shenlong is tougher than it. It is a bit. In that sense, I think I'm going to put Kalpa Wave here. Guangxi was cool, but it wasn't hard. It took us 3 attempts because it was early game and everything. That's why I'm putting it up here. Yeah. Because your stuff isn't really up to par at that point. So you're going to take a lot of damage and everything. 100-Eyed Taoist Master is average difficulty, bottom end of average difficulty, because again, it has this second phase where it goes golden and you're losing so much stamina. It's dealing a lot more damage. It's dealing electric thunder damage, thunder blight, but it's completely trivialized with the item of the level. As soon as you get that, it skips its entire second phase, right? So I would put it here, but it was still a little. Kanjin Lung. I think that's the first dragon we see in Act 3. Yeah, and then Kanjin Star. This one was average difficulty just because it was untouchable half the time. I'll put it here. I'm fine with having it here. I would say that these were a bit more of a tricky fight, right? Because there were 2. Gangjin Star is up here, I'd say. She gave us a tough time. She's not difficult though. Is she? I'm teetering between these 2 right here. Either bottom end of B tier or upper end of C tier. I'll leave her here though. Because how many attempts? I'm gonna base it off of how many attempts it took us. Do I really need to put the dash? 5 attempts. That doesn't justify putting it in difficult. You know what I'm saying? That being said, the Black Lung only took us like 3 attempts, I think. 5 attempts. Oops. Okay, I'll put it here. Oh, funny. Okay. I'm actually good with putting it here. I think it was a difficult fight. All right. Keeper of the Flaming Mountains. That's the one where it had the fish at some point. Does it have the fish? Yeah, it has the yin yang fish. Gonna put them together here. This is phase 1. This is phase 2, basically. Phase 1 was average. It was a gimmick. Like, it just spawned a bunch of enemies and you had to kill them before you can get back to him. And the second one was a horse that had a lot of health and dealt a solid amount of damage. So it was kind of a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? You had to get through it to kind of get back to fighting the Keeper of Flame. I'm gonna put it probably. It's probably upper end. And Yin Yang Fish was just crazy. Just flailing around half the time, disappearing. You couldn't fight it. It was summoning all these crazy things left and right. But it did take us 2 attempts, I think. Chapter 4? 5. Right? Yeah, there we go. 2 attempts. Because 2 attempts total. So, but the second phase was tougher though. It's crazy because you had to start all over again if you lost, if you were beat. So that was tough. King and Second Prince was a joke. I don't remember struggling at all. It took us 2 attempts because the first time I got there, I was out of healing and I was half health left. I only had, like, I was 1 hit away from death. And I went into the arena not knowing that there was going to be a fight there. That's the only reason it took us 2 attempts. Loser. Stone Monkey. It was average difficulty. I don't remember it being particularly hard. But what followed? Oh my god, that was insane. Lung Bao Bao. That's the chapter 6 one. Took us 2 attempts. It was already overpowered at that point. The first time you go there, there's a whole bunch of ads, like other enemies, like, you know, randoms that pop up, but they're not there the second time around. So that makes already half the fight easier. And then the fight in and of itself, I think it's the toughest of all the frogs for sure. But that being said, at that point you're overpowered. I'm gonna reiterate that over and over again. But at that point you're not losing any. You know, I'm not losing any sleep against enemies. Most of these are just trivialized by the stuff that you have. Might be at the up. Now I'm fine with putting it in average difficulty. Because then its whole gimmick is that it turns stone skin. And if you hit it, it deflects and you gotta do a charged heavy attack to kind of break it. Thing is, the charged heavy attack, depending on which stance you're at, you need to be stationary to land it. And, pardon me. And so it opens up a lot of opportunity for it to just swoop in and hit you. And you have to be at 3 charges, from as far as I understand. Langli Guba, I think that's the chapter 2-1. This Gulang. Yeah, this is the chapter 2-1. This is the lightning one. Again, based on the fact that you get there in chapter 2 and you're not overstuffed, like you don't have the most overpowered equipment in the game, it was a challenge because it dealt like thunder damage, and so that made it a little tough. I think it's gonna be right around here. I feel like Vanguard is easier than Captain Lotus version though. Guangxi is too. Just thinking about at which point you're fighting it in the game. This one will stay at the top end. And at which point you're entering the game, so I got to stay consistent. I think this one is going to be up here. All the frogs are pretty easy at the end. No, I might leave this one here, actually. Only 2 attempts, though. Yellow Bro was such a stupid fight. I hated it. It was the fight, the boss fight, the final boss fight. I hated the most of all of them. I'd be fine putting it in C tier. So that's the first encounter. Oh, so it shows all in its 3 phases. Okay, so I'm gonna bring them all up. Put them. So that's the sack encounter, Macaque Chief. These are the 3 phases of the final boss, right? Start out here, you're in the arena. Then here. Took us 3 attempts total, I think. They're all average difficulty. So I'm gonna put him here. Like this. And then this one was the toughest phase because at that point in the game, I didn't understand that if an enemy went Stone Skin, you need to do the charged heavy attack to break it. And so I was just running around waiting for it to be done with it. It didn't click in my... At that point, I didn't understand the gimmick. So that might make it a little tougher. You know what I'm saying? So that goes to your point on this. Yellow Brass, is the Macaque Chief tougher? Maybe. Maybe it goes like this. Yeah. This seems good for me. Langli Gulang. That's the ice one. Yeah. And again, the ice aspect of it was what made it the most difficult for me because I never really grasped the ice in this game. Now, you are in Act 3, so you're already you're good with your stuff. But this one did give me a little tough time because of I never quite grasped the ice in this game. Linkschutz was easy. Yeah. It didn't really deal that much damage. I remember it had kind of a one hit, what looked like a one hit finisher move, and it just dealt me kind of a sliver of health. Took us 1 attempt. Macaque Chief first encounter kind of bails on you half the way through, so I'm gonna put it in very easy. Very easy. And the second encounter, I'm gonna put it in easy. Because it started getting a crazy moveset with its sword and everything in its wings. Now this is when it gets sad. I didn't beat the Mad Tiger. Completely missed it. It was in chapter 2. Didn't do the quest line for it. So that's sad. Man in Stone, get that shit out of my face. Monk from the Sea was hard only because it dealt a whole bunch of damage. But at the end, we did beat it in 1 go. But I'm going to put it here. Because it like if you get hit too many times, like just 2 or 3 times already, you're in a bad spot, right? So you got to be really good. And it has this whole ice thing to it. So that bumps it up a few notches for me. Mother of Stones, dumb gimmick fight. It didn't move. I beat Mad Tiger, just so you know, but it ain't a competition. Oh, if Maud was here, I'd have asked him to time you out. Idiot. Dick measuring contest. Oh, I'm proud of you, though. I'm proud that you beat it. Oh, okay. All right. Distracting me. Non-able. Mm-hmm. Sure. No. It had a crazy move set. Like it hit me over and over again a few times. But again, you have so many healing points, so it definitely wouldn't be difficult for me because you have so much healing potions and everything. And as soon as you get pluck a many, you melt through its health bar. I remember also this one. Hold up, non-able. 225.42 in stream 8, is it? Yes. Stream 8, 225.42, is it? Yeah. We've been. Hello? What does he look like that? Yeah, it had a crazy move set. I think we should be friends. See, like it kept hitting me over and over again. So in that sense, like, but I think it's phase 2 that I really melted through. Because I did pluck a many. Ouch. Yeah, right. So at this point, well, not as much as Taoist me. Like Taoist me, we kind of went through. Like, see, I was in a tough spot at this point. I'm out of healing. This is the attempt, guys. That's what I'm saying. Anxiety is here. What's up? Good to see you. And finally, we're doing a tier list. I got this one again. It was so much. Yeah, no. This one was tough for sure. Where did I put it? Here. Yeah, give me a tougher time. I think I'll put it here. I'm good with putting it here. Yeah. 9 kip Lingji Guai. 1 attempt. Give me a tough time. I'm gonna put in easy. Tougher than Ling Shutsu for sure. Fungi Woman. Chief. It might be up here. See, like it's tougher than Guangxi. But at the point you're at in the game, you're not gonna struggle with it. You have all the best equipment. You have so many healing points. Yeah, something like this. It's easier than the frogs. There you go. Non-pure. It doesn't hit you. This one doesn't fight you. It hit me like maybe once or twice. It's a joke boss. Non-void. Non-void is crazy because the first attempt we did, it kept going invisible and avoiding my hits over and over again. And so I could never land a hit on it. And then it retaliated and I was taking a lot of damage. Second time around, it did none of that. I was just like going to town on it. So in that sense, it's RNG, you know? Maybe some people had a hard time because they kept doing over and over again and it had the same RNG each time of avoiding their attacks. Second time around, though, it's right here. Maybe right here. Okay, maybe definitely right here. All right. Okay. But that's the second time around I'm talking about. So we're going to put it here. Yeah. Earthwolf was it? Whatever. Non-white. Oh, yeah, it had 2 phases. Do they have both? Oh, we're almost done, people. Gonna have. I'm gonna rapid fire some of these. Right, they don't put the 4 poison chiefs, so that's what's up. Oh no, they do. but it's 4. This one comes 4 times. Whatever. Okay, so non-white. I think it took us 2 attempts. Uh. There we go. 2 attempts, yeah. My note for it is waste of time. Okay. All right, Tico. I'm taking your word for it. Don't remember it at all. Remember it at all. Old ginseng guai. Where did I put fungi woman? Not even. Ginseng. Why am I saying ginseng? Ginseng. Enlong. Yeah. It's fine right here. Fucking pale axe stalwart. Tougher than Bulgard, sure. The dumb fight. Whatever. It was easy. Poison Chief. I'm just putting it here because you see it 4 times and I'm so over it. This is the worst boss in the game. Red Boy, though. I have the difficult or very difficult. I don't think it's... oh, no, wait. Do they differentiate between... yeah, they differentiate between Red Boy and Yaksha King. Red Boy is of easy difficulty. Maybe not. Red Boy is here. Yaksha King is very difficult, though. That one took me a... but see... no, very difficult, though. Was it very difficult? Or just difficult? I'm going to put it up here. Because it deserves a spot up here, I think. Yaksha King is cool. I fuck with him. Rusty Gold card. Which, is that the last one? Please tell me that's the last one. Are there any more cards left? Gray Bronze, Crimson Silver, Rusty Gold. Yeah, that's the last one. It took us 2 attempts. Yeah. I remember it was a little crazy. Oh, either at the top of easy or bottom of average difficulty. I'm gonna leave it here. I think I'm good with. It's a fucking card boss. Those are jokes. Let's have a look. 14-123-02. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna speed it up. But no, I'm gonna leave it as such.
Oh. Golly.
I don't like these kind of moves where it kind of locks you into an animation and deals a whole bunch of damage. I like that it deals a whole bunch of damage. It's just like you're wasting my time a bit.
This is the 4th one, I think.
Yo, I don't remember this game being so slow though. It felt much quicker when I was playing the game. Is this really what it looked like for you guys? That's crazy.
Okay.
I don't think it's a good fight. Is it really that challenging? Oh, dumbass. The only challenging part of it is my own stupidity.
Oh, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me do this.
Yeah, there's also the flame cape to avoid its fire damage. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to the end of the fight. See how much health bar we have left.
You said it. My favorite Hot Wheel.
See, I'm not taking a lot of damage. This
I
is
use
like
my
2 charges
transformation?
down,
Nah, probably not.
and I'm still full health. Never mind.
Defeated. Yeah.
You know, I'm fine with putting it here. These are not tough fights. You know what I'm saying? A waste of time. Scorpion Lord, very saddeningly as well, didn't beat it. Now, we did fight it in the Duskvale arena, but you do see it in the second encounter, like in a separate encounter, and we didn't. I never went there. Shigandang, that's the one we fight after collecting all the Buddha eyeballs in chapter 2. I don't remember it being a particularly challenging fight. I'm gonna put it above all the kind of bottom of the line bosses here. Yeah, the thing is, Poison Chief. I put Poison Chief down there out of spite. It's not that easy. You know what I'm saying? It is very easy still, but there is still at least a mechanic to it, as opposed to non-white, which just stands there. Mother Stones that just doesn't move. Man in Stone, which you beat in 3 hits. Father Stones, which Bulgard. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna put it easier as Bulgard. I'll leave it here. I don't want to think about this boss anymore. Son of Stones, also very easy. Same thing as Poison Chief. Same thing as Pale Axe Stalwart, actually. I think they're kind of... It's easier than Commander Beetle. Erlang Shen wasn't hard. There was no way to lose that fight. It was visually impressive. It was very visually impressive. Sorry. Very impressive visually. But... it wasn't hard. Yes, I'll put it here. Yeah. Out of respect for it, no, but this is not out of... I have another tier ranking based off of vibes, right? And mixed with difficulty and just, you know, at which point you're at in the game and everything. Which I think is the more accurate tier list. Erlang Shen, it was easy. I'm gonna flip a coin. So tops, no, tops, heads, tails. Hey Siri, can you flip a coin, please? It says heads. You guys have to believe me. Is it average difficulty? Really, Siri? That's what you're giving me? Sure, whatever. Yeah, this is fine. Stone Vanguard was tough. At which point, at the point we were at in the game. So I'm gonna put it here. I'm thinking of the right one. Yeah, it took us 3 attempts. No, that's Tiger Vanguard. Oh, I didn't write down the attempts. Idiot. Let me check something real quick. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. Yellow Lung. Was it very difficult? Might be. It did take me quite a few attempts. I just wrote down too many. There we go. Supreme Inspector. So that's, I think this is the first variant we see. Does it differentiate them between the first time and second time we see it? Because otherwise I'm going to go based off of the second time we see it. Does it say second encounter? Maybe I went over it already. So I'm going to go on the... So it took me one attempt, but my brother told me it took him many attempts. You know what I'm saying? So it might have been a fluke with me. You know, maybe I was lucky. It was of average difficulty though. This one, you know, like I know that if it took me a few attempts, I would have put it up in difficult. So yeah, right here is fine. 4 Heavenly Kings, you cannot lose this fight. It's scripted for you to win. Maybe right here. Oh, no, it's a script. You can't lose this fight. I'll put it up here. Red Lung was not hard. Because if you're able to knock it down, you can break its dorsal charges, which melts through its health. Right, so I'm going to put it here. And this is the first one you find along the way. So it's a really good challenge at this point in the game. Second Sister is the first boss of Chapter 4. It's the spider. It's easy. Took us one attempt. The Secret Tiger Vanguard is the easier variant of it. So I'm going to put it at the bottom here. Took us 2 attempts, I think. Now this Tiger Vanguard. Up here is fine. That one was difficult. Took us a couple attempts and it had a crazy moveset. It was very satisfying. Tiger Acolyte. Be tougher than the frogs, probably. But by what margin? You know what I'm saying? They're barely tougher. Sun Wukong. This one took us 10 attempts. This one took us 15, maybe 11 for Sun Wukong. 10, 11, something like that. That's the only reason why I'm doing them in this order, because it took me a few more attempts to beat Erlang than Sun Wukong. Yeah, the Supreme Inspector. Or are you leaving? Is that what you're saying, Sushi? Top takes bottom and bottom takes top. They were easy. Easier than tougher than the frogs. I'm gonna put them up here. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Saying hi to exciting. How cordial of you. How many viewers do we have? 2. That's what's up. Welcome, guys. Venom Taoist. Yeah, the many-armed guy. Its first phase was fine. Its second phase was a bit more of a challenge. Here we go. Misty Cloud Climbing took me 2 attempts because we were distracted by Jeremy at that point. Yeah. average difficulty. No, they weren't hard. Like they were difficult. Wait a minute, Wukong is the final boss. Weren't you there? No, you weren't there. Sorry, bro. Sorry, bear. Sorry, buddy. I wanted to say. Um. Yeah, I should have said spoiler alert. Probably. We're talking about all the bosses. Sorry, guys. I know you don't care about this game, Andres. Violet Spider took us one attempt. Where's the second sister? It was easier than the second sister. I wasn't there either, but I thought he was a cool guy. Yeah. I wasn't, but spoiled myself with the VOD. I appreciate that. Thank you for the view. I also for the longest I thought he was a cool guy, but we quickly realized that he was actually kind of an asshole. Wanted to look at what the final boss looked like. It was a very impressive fight, I should say. It was a very gratifying culmination to everything we're learning so far in the game. But it's just like it's insane to me that in a game that has Sun Wukong and Erlang, you also have fucking non-pure. I'll talk about this a bit more in my review, but what they should have done, whatchamacallem, game science, is anything that's under, I'll say, average difficulty here, the ones I'm putting here, cut them out. Maybe take a few of these here and there for lore reasons, and make them all in A and B tier. Like, shove all the bosses up here. Crazy to think they did a whole story and game based on League of Legends character. Yep, the fan fiction is real. Idiots. Okay, wondering why it's also very heartbreaking. Didn't beat it. Andres, don't say anything. Waterwood Beast, it disappeared half the fight, but it was easy, honestly. So I guess I should put it here. I said it was easy, not very easy. White-clad Noble was a cool fight at which point we fight it in the game. It was a good challenge. Had 2 phases. Every boss should have 2 phases. I won't say it, but you know it already. Again, this is based on when you fight in the game. I know that 100-Eyed Taoist Master with the same equipment is tougher than White-clad Noble. Sure. But at the point, once you reach 100-Eyed Taoist Master, you're breezing through the game. So this is a very, subjective, obviously, list because based on my experience. I will put it took us 2 attempts though. Maybe it's down here, honestly. Yeah, that's fine. Average difficulty at which point you fight it in the game, right? Because it's not a hard fight. It's not. It's easy. Don't kid yourself. A yellow robe squire. I'll say the same thing. Plump it right down here. I saw Tiger's Acolyte. I thought, okay, maybe it's tougher than that one. Gonna go to bed pretty tired of this wonderful day. Thanks again for the love. I'm so happy that you had a good time. I'm really this means a lot. So that's cool. Take care of yourself, Andres, and we'll talk to you soon, right? I might not stream Tuesday, but I'll let you know through messages. But so I'll probably see you Friday then. Take it easy. Yellow Wind Sage was crazy difficult. Even with the item of the level, it was still a challenge. So I'm gonna put it here. Black Lung was easier. Yeah, I'm good with putting it up here. Difficult. In Tiger, again, it's super hard to rank it because first time we saw him in Act 3, sorry, 3 or 2 or 3, something like that. No, 3 or it was in Act 3, I think, the first time we got around to see him. Whooped my ass, destroyed me, dealt so much damage and everything. Then we went back towards the end of the game when we were overstuffed with all, and it was a breeze. I'm still gonna put it in average difficulty, at the top end of average difficulty. Had I committed to fighting it in Act 3, probably would have been up here, right? But I'm gonna leave it up here. It was the toughest one of average difficulty, right? Joubagier. Joubagier's second encounter. That one was a little tougher. Out of Flamelings was easy. Again, it had the whole thing. Where did I put the Flint Vanguard? The same thing applies to both of them. The only difficulty was that she had a whole bunch of other ads spawning in. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. What does it look like? I'm gonna screenshot this. I can save it though, no? Yes, right here. Do I care? Nope. Black Myth Wukong tier list. Boom, difficulty. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah. I could spend some time tweaking left and I could spend some time tweaking left and right. Well, no, this one was tougher than this one. It's so irrelevant. At the end of the day, this is just, as soon as you end in one of these categories, especially here, and here kind of, really the most important categories are these three here. That's where the more interesting fights of the game are going to end up in, and probably the upper echelons of C tier as well. What do we think? I'm pretty happy about this. With the way it looks like, I mean. How much time did this take us? An hour and a half. Jesus. Yeah. So this is the difficulty tier list, right? This is how I considered each boss to be based on the amount of attempts it took us. But even then, like, yeah, no. Like these are the ones where we're sinking in like around 5 or more attempts. You know what I'm saying? So these are the ones where it gets interesting in terms of mechanics and of challenge and everything. But I've ranked none of these based off of vibes and appearance. This is what we're gonna do now. No thanks. If you're over this, you know, this is a good time to say bye-bye. This is not interesting to you. This is just my personal opinion, and I'm gonna record though, just in case, you know, if I want to make a video of my rankings. So now I'm gonna go off of the list that I have in my notes here. This is the list of in order, a priori, I think, pretty much. Some of them we did it in different streams and whatnot. Like, for example, at Long, we ended up doing it in stream 5, even though it's in chapter 1, like it's in chapter 1, its location, because we needed to get an item to unlock it, right? So, anyway. First boss is the Bull Guard. I put it in C tier. Now, bear in mind, this is purely based off of vibes, of appreciation for the enemy, and of, difficulty taken into account. When you find it in the game, how much attempts it took me, the mechanics and everything, the ones that had a lot of potential, I will bump them up, like fights that are really Souls-like and whatnot, rather than just fucking non-pure, which just stood there and did nothing. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, Bull Guard, I'm putting it in C tier, right? That one was very cool. Second is, very saddeningly, again, Wandering White. Didn't beat it. Really breaks my heart to this day. Really wish we would have gotten back before we did Elder Jinshi. Really sad. So sad. Guangxi. Gonna take me a second to find them each time. Right here. Guangxi is B tier. That one was a cool fight. It had a really cool moveset, a solid challenge at which point you find it in the game. It drops a really cool transformation, which I used for the first half of the game. Right about, I think. And just really cool. I think it's a really nice, chapter 1 was almost perfect. If the final boss was as memorable as Sun Wukong, it would have been the best chapter in the game. Still might be, because it had still, first of all, it was still all very new, and you felt like they had this vision of tracing a path. You were making your way up to the final boss, both in terms of story and in terms of difficulty, right? There was this slow build up to the final boss, and that was really cool. Guangxi was one of these pillars of making your way up there. It was really amazing. It was lost immediately in chapter 2. They got lost in the sauce in wanting to create as many bosses as possible. Ling Schutze is the third one. Where is he? Right here. Super cool fight. Let me see the description I said. Excellent halfway chapter boss, right about, I think it's right about halfway. Amazing design and moveset a la Monster Hunter. And I really like, that's some of my more favorite enemies in this game, the ones that kind of remind me of Monster Hunter. Like this one is like the Barioth, you know what I'm saying? Really cool moveset, really intense, very fast paced like that. Doesn't deal too much damage. I do still think in terms of vibes, it's better than Guangxi because it looks so cool as well. Like seeing it was so impressive, and it was super exciting. It did take us one attempt though. Guangxi took us like 2 or 3. So Ling Schutze is still better in my opinion in terms of design and everything. Oh wait, I need to rename these. Damn it. That's B tier. That's C tier. Yeah. And again, I'm going to rename this one. Didn't beat. Boom. And boom. All right, back to it. Baoli Gulang. This one. I wrote it down in B tier. It might be just C tier, honestly. It's just a funny frog. That's it. It was super funny to see it the first time. I was like, oh my god, a frog. That's so funny. Right? Took us 2 attempts, but it wasn't that bad. It might be B tier though, because it's the first one. I'm lenient. I think I was lenient when I made the list, kind of, give it grace and give it a bit better rating because it was the first frog and it's a really cool, quirky, it's a super funny and weird design choice to make a big frog like that. There's a better frog in Monster Hunter Generation. Is it Generation? Froggy My Beloved. Yeah, that's right. It's our channel mascot. Wukong Mu. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There we go. Put it in D tier. What did I say? Good challenge, proportional to where you find it. Good moveset. No, wrong, sorry. Forgettable. Nothing exceptional about it. Not even an exciting moveset. That's what I said about Wukong. It's just, this one kind of fritters away amidst the 1,000 bosses that there is in this game. So yeah, unfortunately, Wukong Mu ends up in D tier. It was cool. I was like, oh my god, I was still going into this game with fresh eyes. By the way, had I beat it, Wandering White probably would have been at the top of B tier, but I cannot comment on it. White Clad Noble, right here. I'm going to leave to see. Nice to see you today. It was wonderful to see you, Sushi. I really thank you for hanging out. It's really kind of you to pop in, show your face. So take care of yourself. Have a wonderful evening. I might not stream Tuesday, but in any case, I'll see you on Friday. So take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. White Clad Noble, B tier. I think it's better than Link Schutze. No, sorry. White Clad Noble. Good challenge, proportional to when you find it. Good moveset. First one with a second phase. Very cool. Just all around. A lot of things I love about a boss, just in general. Had this, snake second phase, which is really, really cool. Really like this one. Black Wind King. I wrote a speed bump, nothing interesting about it. Maybe put it up here because it drops a spell at least. Which is a really cool spell. Misty Step. That's, kind of gives it grace, but, it's still D tier. Black Bear Guai. Put it in C tier. I think it's better than Bulgard. It's like a really impressive arena. Final boss, very nice, but it didn't feel like one. And it did this thing where it flies around the arena half the time, which makes it invulnerable, which is really unbelievably boring. So, yeah, I'm fine with putting it here. Like it should have been here, as a first final boss. But there you go. All final bosses should be S tier. Like when you're designing them, that should be your mindset. So Elder Jinshi right now, C tier. It'd be better than Black Bear Guai, honestly, because it's just super funny and weird. Like it's a continuation of the Wandering White. Here, really weird fight. It was easier than its overworld counterpart. Maybe not. Maybe I was just super bad at that point. It's a cool arena, super weird to get there too, to ring the 3 gongs and everything. Really ominous with that little short person just like talking to you the whole time. I really like this one. I think I'm going to leave it up here. But it was kind of trivialized because it has this second phase where it heals itself, but if you're able to hit the enemies, it heals you, so really you cannot lose this fight. Yeah. Nothing more to say. I'm going to skip this next boss here and move on to chapter 2. So these were all chapter 1 bosses, right? There we go. Really cool. You see how I have a clear preference for chapter 1. Like chapter 1, I'm still very optimistic about it. I have high hopes for everything they're setting up. Really like a lot of it. Very cool and weird ideas. You have a bull, you have a bear, you have a frog, you have a wolf, you have a snake. All these different cool and quirky ideas. It really set up the game really well. For first chapter of this game, had it been in a more interesting environment than just a forest, it would have been much cooler. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of this game is almost impeccable, right? Like really, this game should have been like this. You know, like they should have all been knocked up one notch. You know what I'm saying? In terms of challenge and memorability and stuff like that. Like Blackwind King and Guangmu are just like honestly here, but you know. Yeah. So chapter 2, Langli Gu Bao. That's the frog, the lightning frog. Langli Gu Bao is, where are you? JKL Langli Gu Bao. See. I think it's right here. I'm still giving it grace because it was a challenge. I like the lightning and everything, and its arena was cool. Like amidst all this desert, you have this little puddle of water. It was cool. It was a bit of a challenge. It took us 2 attempts. Yeah. So yeah, second frog. I wrote second frog, but at least it was a bit of a challenge. Exactly. Earth wolf. Did I say that strangely? Earth wolf. I think I put it in D tier. Yeah. A mob with a health bar. That's it. At least it looked cool, but it didn't feel like a boss. That applies to a whole lot of other enemies in this game. Yeah. It's not it. You know what I'm saying? So it looked cool though. So that's why I'm putting it at the top end of D tier. King and Second Prince. Also C tier. D tier, sorry. So D tier. They're funny, but what did I say about them? Funny, but nothing there in the challenge department. Should have had a second phase. Yeah, exactly. Should have been an Ornstein and Smo situation, where one of them had an element and consumed the other one, and vice versa, or vice versa, and blah blah blah. But they're funny, you know, but this one is cool. This one is more important, fun or cool. Funny little rat running around. Dumb big rat. Because that's the normal rat. The big rat is like this. I'll show you afterwards. We're going to watch some Tall Bart videos. Then it's the first Prince of Flowing Sands. Did I put this in D tier? What did I say about it? Big rat, Monster Hunter-esque, very bland in the moveset department. I even remember it's stream 4 at 1. Deep dive here. Good game this time. We got a whole bunch of achievements again. Okay, flex. Where was it? Oh, the other this. Nope. Nope. Okay. Okay, summoning all my friends, so we're kind of melting through his health bar, and then at the end, I even scatters and falls. R hat gold. It is outrageous indeed. It was. Speaker. I wasn't too overwhelmed by that fight. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Love that bit so much.
um. So there you go. It wasn't that funny. Funny wins in this situation. Ba-ba-bum. And we got Tiger Vanguard. Right? It is. Tiger Vanguard is A tier. Tiger Vanguard, let's see what I wrote down. One of the cooler bosses in this game. Cool design, cool moveset, cool arena, cool challenge, all around cool dude. um, and that's it. You know, it had really nervous moveset with its sword, just like dashing around, disappearing, reappearing on you, going hard, like hardening. Its skin, stone skin, and everything. Like it had all the blood on the ground. It was like munching on rats and everything. Super eerie and everything. Really cool design. Fucking tiger, so cool. Really like it. Really good fight. That this one deserves. It's the first boss being A tier. This is really solid. Fucking amazing. This is what the standard should have been in terms of bosses in this game. Yeah, so that's really cool. Really love this one. Tiger's Acolyte. Last, like when we were doing the difficulty tier list, I just kind of brushed it off, being like, whatever. I put it in C tier. Yeah, good move set. That's the kind of challenge we're after. Only this one was forgettable, just a bump in the road. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom end of C tier. Just because I want to congratulate them for making a cool fight. You know what I'm saying? This is the kind of mechanics that they need to be going after as a design team. You know what I'm saying? A team of designers. Stone Vanguard. And this one I have it in upper C, lower B. Right? I'm gonna start it off here and read the description. Gave me a tough time, decent moveset, alright design. Its only challenge was its amount of health. That's why I'm teetering between the two. Because I don't want to congratulate a boss that its only challenge was how much health it had. That's not a good challenge. But it did give me a tough time, which is why I'm tempted to put it up here. For now, I'm going to leave it in C tier. Just speaking about it. This. B tier is, you know, you're already getting up there, so I'm going to put it in. C tier is fine. That's where it deserves to be, I think. But upper end makes sense for me. That this is a good spot for it. You know, just in terms of challenge again, it is much challenging than any of these other fights here. And yeah, I like it right here. Gore-eyed Taoist is right here. Put in E tier. What did I say about it? Funny design, but completely memorable. Yeah, there you go. Like the eyes on its bag right here was very cool and weird to see. But if I were to recount you right now what it did, I would not be able to do that to save my life. Mother of Stones. Where's she? I had the mouse on it. That's funny. Gimmick fight, boring, waste of time. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. I hate gimmick fights. I don't find them interesting at all. I don't want to congratulate it in any way whatsoever. This is boring, annoying, lame. Just don't do this. This is stupid. The boss, like, had it had a second phase where it got up and fought you, it wouldn't have been beyond C tier because of this dumb first phase, right? Don't do a boss that doesn't move. And the only thing it did is it spawned all these other enemies, and you had to beat them, otherwise you wouldn't be able. I mean, you'd still be able to hit other stones, but I hate it so much. It's such a stupid fight.
Man in Stone. Same thing I wrote, I think. I just wrote stupid. Because it's a meme, right? If you want to hide a vendor behind a boss, at least make it like here. No. They had to make this dumb and just a speed bump, you know what I'm saying? Took us one attempt too. All these bosses took us one attempt. Maybe Tiger Vanguard took us 3. Langley Kubao took us 2, but otherwise all the bosses in this chapter, we did them in one attempt. Except Yellow and Sage. Now, this one is B tier. This is a hell of a fight. That was such a cool fight. I got so mad because I kept losing, but once you get the item, you know, you unlock in the hidden area of the game, you might think that it trivializes it, but not even, which is what makes it better than Black Bear Y. Because with the Flame Cape, Black Bear Y just does nothing to you, right? It's just a speed bump. Kind of. It's a little more than a speed bump. But this one, even with the use of the item, as opposed to like, actually, 100-eyed Taoist Master. 100-eyed Taoist Master becomes a joke with the chapter's item. But this one at least has a little more kick to it. I really liked it. This one was a cool fight. Shigan Dang. I wrote yawn. I'm gonna put it at least here because maybe here. Again, once you're in this category, it really doesn't matter. It's really more important which one ends up at the bottom here. Once you're up here, it's like kind of irrelevant. Whatever. What does it mean? Does it mean it's better than Gorad Taoist? But they're both some of the worst bosses in the game, so who cares? I'm not losing any sleep over this. Mad Tiger, again, didn't beat. Very sad. Yellow Robe Squire, that's the pig. I just wrote stupid. Yeah. That's all I got. The dumb moveset didn't really hit you, it just kept throwing sand in your face instead. And yeah, it was kind of short to get there too. It was a fetch quest, it was all annoying. Wait, I'm confused. Now, okay, so, yeah, so it was this one, Tiger Vanguard in quotation marks. If I can find it. Where is it? Is it not in T? Yeah, Tiger Vanguard Secret. So I wrote it down in low A tier. I don't think it's low A tier. I'll put it in high B tier though, because here's my gripe with it. I wrote down same praise as its real world counterpart. So the Tiger Vanguard here. Although a little shameful that it's just the same fight but a little different, right? Had it had a second phase, immediately, and if it was good, obviously, but it's just, you know, whatever. But it's good here. I'm good. I'm happy with its place here because it's almost the same as this one. A little more no, really they're the same, right? They're the same fight, but because of that, I can't congratulate this game, and I have to bump it down a notch, unfortunately. Fuban D tier. This one is funnier, so I'm not going to commit too much to this bit. At some point, something is going to go above this one. What did I write for Fuban? Stupid gimmick fight, wasted my time by disappearing underground so many times. At least it was visually cool, but I don't have a lot of patience for that. There's only so much visually cool I can forgive a boss for. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like it did disappear underground half the time. only could hit its claws, and that's how I dealt damage. At least a boss in Monster Hunter that does the same. I forget what it's called, but it's the crab with the shell on its back. I forget what animal is called like that. It's not a lobster. Crawfish? Whatever. But at least you can still hit it, you know, except for on its shell. Like it's better in Monster Hunter. Here it's just nope. I'm gonna skip this next boss because I want to kind of rapid fire them towards the end. Macaque Chief. It's the lungs I'm talking about. I'm gonna keep the lungs for the end. Macaque Chief 1. So this was all the bosses in Act 2, right? So now we're in Act 3. Yeah, okay. I need to look for it. First encounter. C tier, bottom of C tier. Maybe better than Tiger's Acolyte. I'm gonna keep it better, worse than Bulgard because of when we see Bulgard in the game, right? Just gonna keep it in context of when you face it in the game. Macaque Chief, I put it in C tier because Funny Monkey, just a waste of time because it bails with still a fifth of its health left. And a few bosses do this in this game, and I hate it so much. So dumb. Please don't do that. Let me beat the boss until the end. You can bring it back later if you want, whatever, but I hate this gimmick. Kanjin Lung, that's the dragon. Yep. It's the best of C tier so far, but it's still C tier because spectacular fight visually, but damn is it boring to play. Boss flies around each other hit, leaving you running around the arena like a headless chicken. And this is just this fight. It's just flying around. You need to run after it. Each time it's coming back over here, it attacks you. You gotta dodge it, and then at that point, it flies over here, so you gotta join. A lot of bosses do this in this game, and it's so annoying. Captain Lotus Vision. Which one is that one? Oh yeah. What did I say? Upper C, lower B, lower B. Pretty interesting. Nothing mind blowing, but a good challenge. So I'm gonna put it here. I do prefer the dragon. The dragon's just so fucking cool. But this one, it had good stuff, but it's just average. You know, I'm not blown away. C tier is just average stuff, right? Most of the bosses are gonna end up in C tier. I can tell already. I mean, I know I did the list, but I didn't visualize it in my before the stream. Captain Wise voice. Gimmick fight, but at least it's pretty. It was super. It was visually super cool. I really liked it. Very intense, but really nervous. Like stuff happening all the time. But at the end, like it wasn't a very impressive fight. You were just hitting its foot until its head fell down, and then you dealt a whole fucking damage to it, to its head. You know, I hate this kind of fight. Macaque Chief 2. God, it's late already. Going on for half an hour. Okay, I feel like we're doing decent time. We're almost halfway through. The whole list. But what was I saying? Macaque Chief 2. Where did I put it? C tier. Better challenge, better move set, but yawn. Hate that we have to fight again. Kangjin Lung is still cooler visually, but this one had a fine move set. That's cool. Whatever. But monkey. Okay, there we go. Kanjin Star, yeah. That's the lady. She's right here. Where did I put her? D tier. I really like this fight. Really. Maybe something like this. Only because we already fought the cooler version of this one. At this point in the game, you know. We fought this one and then we have to go fight this one. And we already fought this one. Right? That this one was earlier in the chapter. And we move on to its dream counterpart. Like alternate reality counterpart. Or, you know, his whatever. So is Kunjan Star better than Yellowwood Sage? Maybe. Yeah, because it doesn't have a dumb gimmick tied to an item. So yeah, it's fine. Just hate gimmicks. Skip this next one because I want to do them all. Go the Apramanabat D tier. This wrote bland, but you know, at least it had some pizzazz to it. Shenlong, you know, peacefully. Where is he? There we go. I put it in C tier. I like it at the bottom of C tier because it's still a dumb fight. No, it's not a dumb fight. It's like just, it's fine. I'll leave it here. I'm good with this. Yin Tiger. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah, right here. That's good. That's good. Cool fight, although I did beat it near endgame, so I was overstuffed. Should be fought between chapters 3 and 4. That's my motto. I think that this one needs to be mandatory at some point between chapters 3 and 4. Or that its difficulty raises, as that's hard to do in a game like this, I can imagine. Yeah. On whites 1 and 2. So the first one, put it in E tier. Right here. I said, waste of time. And non-white 2 was at least a little more challenging. Where is he? I know they differentiated them, no? No, they don't. There's only one. Am I crazy? Hold up. No, okay. Okay, so I guess putting them both in its first and second phase, I guess I'm gonna put it in D tier. Oh no, I'm gonna put it at the upper end of E tier because it's still stupid. I don't like that fight. It's not challenging. It bails halfway through, and you have to go find it. And you gotta run down the chapter to go find it again. I forget its moveset. It's not a very memorable fight. Alangli Gulang, the frog of this level. Where is it? Did I put it already? Huh. God, I think I'm getting a little tired. To be real with you guys, I had a long day today, but I'm gonna push through this. Alangli Gulang is this one? Yeah, that's what's up. C tier. What did I say? Funny frog. Its ice stuff can get tricky, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah. This just because of the ice. But so I guess I'm gonna put it like this, just because they're the same fight fundamentally. Old ginseng guai. Um, right here. This is still not as dumb as these two here. The worst gimmick of this game encapsulated in one boss. I really hate that every time, like not every time, but when you would go to pick a flower, just an enemy would pop up. It got so old so quick. I was so over this. The fact that this game has 100 bosses and just still like scatters, sprinkles these dumb gimmicks around the game is just so tiring. Like this game just should have been one long boss rush and not have too much fat in between each boss. Just like skip to the most important. Like don't waste my time. And these kind of fights were a waste of time. Non-able. That was we watched him earlier. The wrestling guy. I just wrote dope. I really like this fight. Like straight to the point. There's no insane cinematics like other bosses have. No talking, no bullshit mechanics and whatnot. It's just you with your staff, some guy with his fists and feet, and that's it. And that's really cool. I like that a lot. That's the kind of bosses I want to congratulate this game for. Green Cap Martialist was a challenge we saw before. I think I put it in A tier. I just thought it was so fucking dumb. I hated the challenge. You know what I'm saying? That it posed. I'm gonna put it here. That's fine here. Yeah. Fucking Green Cap Martialist, my nemesis. Captain Kalpa Wave. That's the blood one. I think it was blood. Is what I'm trying to say. Right here, I think I put it in D tier. And I wrote at least it looked nice. So yeah, at bottom here. Non-void. Yeah, first time was impossible because he was invulnerable half the time. Second time was a breeze. What the fuck? No, I put it in E tier here. I think right for that is non-pure. No, Monk from the Sea. Put it in D tier. Only challenge is that it deals a lot of damage. It had this weird freezing mechanic that I still watching it today. Don't understand how it was freezing me. Other than that, useless. Yeah. So is it D tier? Yeah. Monk from the Sea was right here, right? Yeah. I'm putting it here because it dealt a lot of damage, and that's the challenge, I guess. Non-pure still remains the worst fight of this game for me. Funny, but such a waste of time. I guess it's fun. I guess it's funny. Yeah, sure. I remember it for that. I'm not going to remember the Mother Stones. Only for the fact that they were the worst bosses of the game. Yellowbrow and Macaque Chief. Now, they do differentiate them in this game, in this list here. So, Macaque Chief, sack encounter. Yeah, okay, so I wrote just an amalgamation of all that sucks about this game. Long ass scripted cutscenes. The guy never shuts the fuck up, and it's just so fucking long. This fight was so like it took us like 15 minutes to complete total. Insane. So I'm gonna put this here. I really hate this fight. Is what I'm trying to say. And then they're just all in one for me. I put them all in one blob, right? It's just awful. I guess Monkey is funnier. Yeah, that's. I have nightmares thinking about this fight. So that was all for chapter 3. We're at 40 minutes. Ooh, I'm not done. Good time, I think. No, I think this was the longest chapter, so I think we're kind of a little more smooth sailings from here on out. Second sister. Where is she? If you see her, point her out right here. Oh, B tier. I wrote fun, cool design, whatever. So I guess C tier. I don't know, why did I put B tier? No, I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's fine right here. Yeah. Maybe even the dragon is better than it. Yeah, no, I remember the dragon much better than I remember this fight right now. There we go. Elder Armor Worm. Up here, isn't it? Yeah, right here. I put it in D tier, right? Yeah. I wrote weird but fundamentally useless. It's one of these extra fat bosses that this game has. Why was this here? Other than wasting my time. I hope you guys didn't hear that. That was embarrassing. Venom Taoist 1. Right, they separate them here also. Here we go. E tier. Venom Taoist 1. It is cooler than all of these. So whatever. What did I say for the one? Only giving this a bad note because it bails and I'm so over that gimmick. That's it. I don't like that. Just because as soon as you beat it, it leaves and you see it again later. I don't like that at all. It feels frustrating. It's like the game is taunting me or whatever. Venom Taoist, I might be projecting here, just to be clear. I don't. It does make sense for me to put it up here because there's another phase. I'm just doing this out of spite, personally. I think. Centipede Guai. I wrote fun, whatever, cool design, but I put it in D tier, right? Yeah. I think it's upper D tier. It does really have a cool design. It was really weird. Also, its arena and everything. It was really cool. But yeah, I remember nothing of this fight. Put his right hand. Right here, I think. Yeah. See, that's recency bias. If I put these two next to each other, which one would I say is better? Still this one. It has a really weird design. That was really cool. But it wasn't really a tough challenge. So that's where Stone Vanguard might win. But whatever. Skipping this next one. Bauli Guba. Another frog, funny, but it's getting old. Like, we get it at this point. It had poison, so maybe that's what makes it a little more challenging than the others. Because, but even now, no, the frost one is tougher because there's no pills to cure yourself from frost, as far as I'm concerned. Because I didn't have any, but I did have one for thunder. I did have one for fire. I did have fire. I had the cape. I did have pills for the poison. Yeah. But maybe like this. No. Yeah, sure. Joubagier. 1 and Joubagier 2. Joubagier 1 is C tier. D tier. Yep. Useless, I wrote. And Joubagier 2 is C tier. Whatever. I would say at least it transformed and it was pretty much back to back, so it could have been in one fight, but they decided to waste your time and add a bit of a stretch in between. Your call. Violet Spider. Oh, yeah. was gonna say, is that the final boss? No. I think I put it in C tier. Yeah. Whatever cool area though. Yeah. Um the webs and everything. So something like this. Yeah, this one was super weird. It was much weirder than the spider. And also, it was preceded by a whole bunch of yapping. That's also what ruined Jubaji for me. The longest cutscene in the game was right before that fight. 5 minutes total, 6 minutes, something like that. What next? Commander Beetle. Yeah. Boring, useless, forgettable. It was just another mob with a health bar, boss bar. It's a waste of time. Really stupid. If it was as challenging as Tiger Vanguard, that would have been a cool fight. But they just put it here because they said, okay, we're gonna have at least 100 bosses, and so they just tried to put as much filler as possible. Like, look at this list already. The fuck is this? This is so stupid. And there's still so much more to go through. At least there's some cool stuff in here that we haven't gone through yet, which kind of ends up in these tiers here, which is what I'm really excited about. But my god, all these fights are so fucking dumb. I hate them so much. And it's 80% of the game. I'll say even 90% of the game, because even outside of boss fights, there's still some dumb phases that you need to go through. Like the beginning of chapter 3 when you get in the pagoda realm. Not the pagoda realm. No, it is the pagoda realm. Where you have to climb your way up the prison. Oh my god, I hated that sequence so fucking much. It was so dumb and annoying and boring and useless. Chapter 3 had a solid start with the dragon and everything, and they just ruined it with this thing. Anyway, Supreme Inspector 1. Yeah, okay. But see here, they don't differentiate them, so I'm gonna skip it and keep it for Supreme Inspector 2. But yeah, Supreme Inspector 1, the first time you see it, I wrote it as probably the worst fight in the game. So stupid, because you hit it like 15 times and then the dumb bird arrives, and that's it. I made a reel about it. You can go check it out. 100-eyed Taoist Master is right here. C tier. I'm gonna put it at the bottom. C tier. The worst final boss fight. Fine, whatever. Trivialized by the chapter's hidden item. Yeah, there you go. Once you get the needle, this fight is meaningless. Really uninteresting. Not fun. It burrows half the time also. Fungi woman. I hate that gimmick I wrote. I'm gonna put it right above old Ginseng Y because it was still a little tougher. Venom Taoist 2. Okay, so that's where I put them. Oh, no. It appeared once already. Where did I put it? Venom Taoist here. C, fast paced and intense, just ruined by that halfway cutscene, just vapid and idiotic. Halfway through the fight, it just says something, gets all its health bar back, and then really doesn't change much, and he doesn't say anything very interesting or cool. So, bottom of C tier. D tier? C tier. At least it was, there were good mechanics there. Where did I see him? Venom Taoist 2. That's better than 100-eyed Taoist Master. Better than Jubaji's second encounter. Better than Shenlong. Better than Tiger's Acolyte. Better than the Monkey. Bullguard. Black Bear. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna leave it here. It's not better than the frogs. Gotta put the respect on the frogs. Next one is Scorpion Lord, which I didn't beat. Very sad. Taoist Me. At least it had 2 phases, but it wasn't anything more than a bump in the road. Yeah, that second phase didn't mean anything because we just bled through it, so. There you go. And the Dusk Veil. One of the cooler bosses visually, decent moveset, only ruined by jumping around. I gotta trust my instinct though. Put it here for a reason. The Tiger Vanguard better? No, I'd say Dusk Veil is better though. See, it was such a weird design. And if you don't beat the Scorpion Lord, it helps you in the first phase, which is such an intense moment. It's really cool. So that's it for chapter 4. Alright, we're under 1 hour still. We're making decent time. This is right around how much I expected it was going to take me. An hour and a half, something like that. So, what was I saying? Pale Axe Stalwart. Oh yeah. Once you beat it, I mean, until a fifth of its health, it says stop, and then it's a friend. So, where is he? Okay, yeah. Pale Axe Stalwart. Oh wait, yeah, boom, and I'm gonna put it here. I just wrote stop, that's enough. I hate these kind of fights where just you don't beat the enemy. A waste of time. Like he could have just said hello and been a friend and, you know, whatever. Brown Iron cart. Yeah. I said gets the benefit of the doubt because it's the first card that we see. They're funny, at least, you know. There's a card enemy. It's cool. But I was so over it at that point already. Fast as wind, quick as fire. Yeah. These 2 heads here, A tier. Is such a weird and cool fight. What did I say about it? Very funny, cool design, very funny, fine mechanic, you know, in terms of both heads being here and everything. It's fine, but it was, you know, served the fight really well. But it's very, very funny. You get to play golf with the heads, not golf, like pool, billiard. And they're talking a little too much, which is kind of a bummer. Like, don't talk during fights. I don't care much about that. But yeah, they're so funny. I love them so much. I really think they deserve that spot up there. So that's what's up. Flint Chief. Oh yeah, the one in the lava. I don't care about it. It's dumb. We already fought it once. Stone Vanguard. Right? It's the same fight. It's just in fire. Right? Yeah, no, we're good. Cloudy Mist, Misty Cloud. Those are the 2 ones that with the spells and everything. Where are they? Right here. Oh, Misty Cloud, Cloudy Mist. I got them the wrong way around. I put them in B tier. Very cool and funny. I think they're up here. I like them a lot. Might be here actually. No, Yin Tiger is better. No, I'm good with having them here. Yeah, this is good. Misty Cloud, Cloudy Mist, very fun fight. They do get intense. Yin Tiger is unfortunate because it was a breeze by the time we got there. Because I fought him in Act 6, right? When we were in Act 6. Chapter 6. So yeah. Unfortunate. One day, maybe I'll probably never revisit this game. With peace and love. Keeper, Flaming Mountain, and Yin Yang Fish. I put them both in C tier. I'm gonna put them as one encounter. They're the same. So stop. Don't separate them. This is ridiculous. The arena was super weird. I liked that a lot. Kind of hated the fight though, but I like them here. This is fine. Allergen Chi is just super funny as well. Funny wins this time around. Crimson Silver Cart. I think that's the one. No, that's the one in the arena. I put it in E tier and said stop. Enough with the cards. It was annoying the first time we fought them. It was lame the second time we fought them. It was infuriating the third time we fought them, and I hated them hated it the fourth time we fought it. So either, oh please, again, my point about E tier stands. It doesn't matter so long as if it was here, then it would matter. Like, okay, is it worse than Mother of Stones or not? So yeah, boom. Who's next? 9-cap Ling Jikwai. Again, worst gimmick in the game materialized in one boss. Right here. Yeah, it was tougher than that woman, is all I remember. Not even. Whatever. A cooler design. I liked it with the mushroom head, and you get the mushroom head if you beat it. It was funny. Flint Vanguard. Oh yeah, that's the one with. What did I say? Fine. The only challenge was the ads, so I'm gonna put it upper D tier. I had it in C tier at first, but I prefer it in upper D tier. That's not a challenge. If you're relying on having a whole bunch of stuff coming in throughout the fight, this works in MMORPGs, so leave it there. Mother of Flamelings is the same fight, essentially. So there you go. Yeah, what I just said about Flame Vanguard. Rusty Gold Cart. That's the final one. D tier. At least it was a little bit of a challenge. I'm good with putting it in D tier. Better than this one. Better than Joubagier. Better than, yeah. I think this is as far up as I'm willing to put it. It's nice right here. Guangmu is still better. Somehow Guangmu is better. You see how absurd it gets doing this tier list when there's so many bosses. Like, what are we basing this on? Guangmu is better because at that point in the game, I felt a better vibe about it. Rusty Gold Cart is just hidden under so many layers of running around back and forth between different areas. That's fine. Top takes bottom. No, I missed Bao Lang Lang. It's a fire. E tier, kind of over the frogs at this point. Plus, you had to go out of your way to find it. Yeah, it's in the hidden area. So, still say it's better than the cart. Better than the. It's a frog. It still deserves the top place where it is. All right, it's like 11 p.m. here, so I'm just checking that, the people who live with me are not sending me messages like, please shut the fuck up. Which one did we just do? Oh, did we Sorry, I think we were at. No, we just did the frog. Yeah. What's happening? Top takes bottom, bottom takes top. Okay. It's. again, it's also kind of hidden out of the way. But it's I like the fight. I really like these duos that they have in this chapter. Somehow they clicked with me for some reason that kind of I don't understand. But yeah, Misty Cloud, Cloudy Mist, fastest wind, quickest fire, and top takes bottom, bottom takes top. All these three were I like the ideas that they had with this one. It was really funny and cool. So I give it, but it was the least interesting of it. Definitely, I didn't like them as much as the other two, but they were still solid. Vishui Golden Knight Beast. We're almost there, guys. Bear with me. I think I'll put it here. Now with Tiger Vanguard, still better. Like this. Again, very Monster Hunter-esque. Love that. Cool environment with the ice and the fire and everything. That was really, really nice. I like that a lot. And it got super nervous how quickly it jumped around and attacked you. That some solid stuff in there. I really liked it. Yeah. And it was a really cool design as well. Really weird monster. I think it's a better version of this is what Earthwolf could have been also, you know, saying like Earthwolf if it was a lightning version of it and just like busting your ass left and right. It would have been fun, but it is what it is. So Red Boy. It took us 3 attempts for Red Boy. Because here they differentiate them between Red Boy and Yaksha King, right? So Red Boy. Red Boy isn't all that, honestly. I don't like Red Boy much. Better than the Frogs, better than this one for sure. Not better than Elder Chain. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But Yaksha King, yeah, A tier, amazing fight. Really loved it. This is what I love. It's Tiger Vanguard, Yaksha King, Duskvale, Vishui Golden Knight Beast, and this one because it's really funny. But this is what I'm after. Not even because we didn't get to S tier, but there's some stuff in S tier. Don't worry. Yaksha King and all these. Yaksha King he's a king for a reason. You know what I'm saying, really weird, super, and the way it ends when it shoots itself in the snail, super weird, super creepy, very cool. I love it. That's it for chapter 5. Ooh, we're in the end game. We're in the end. That's what's up. Supreme Inspector. I didn't beat here. I'm gonna put it. It was a really cool fight. The second time around once you enter chapter 6. Honestly, yeah. Really cool fight. Good challenge. Had I struggled with it, I probably did up here. Yeah. We beat it in one go, so there you go. I like it here. It was really. Take care. Thank you for hanging out, Anxiety. I appreciate you for being here. It's really, really nice of you. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon, alright? Supreme Inspector, I'm good with having it page here. Xiaolong of Waves. Does it not exist? Did they forget a boss in this list? Yeah, they did. That's crazy. There you go. Well, I have it in D tier, so it doesn't matter. There's just one more boss in D tier here. But yeah, it's the weird snake shark thing. I missed one. Card. This one is even worse than. It's just stationary, doesn't move. Better than Pale Stalwart. So okay, no Javelin of Waves. Whatever. Son of Stone. I miss Father of Stone. Eco. Yeah, it was chapter 5. I missed it. Embarrassing. Matter. I'm gonna put it right next to the. Oh, that's Son of Stone. Well, that one too. Father Stones. They're all E tier. Bottom down there. They are better than non-pure though, and Man of Stone. Man and Stone. Better than the cards. Yeah. It's yeah. Fucking yellow brown. Jesus Christ. So now I hope I'm back on track now. Okay, yeah, I am. Poison Chief. Jesus, there's 4 of these. So I'm just gonna, mush them down in one. I hated it. I hated having to fight it 4 times in 4 different areas, trying to find them each time. Stupid. I wrote, there's 4 of them, dot, dot, dot. That's enough. Stop. Please stop for the love of God. I didn't even write it down for the 4th one. So yeah, there you go. I hated that fight so much. Oh, okay, there you go. That's fine here. Lang Bao Bao. E tier. Not impressed, and this stone skin mechanic isn't it. They love to do it so many times in this game. And just not it. Better than the cart though. Better than Jubaji. Kappa Wave was weird though. I liked it. But it's sad about the frogs because I was so excited to see them. But they ended up being a little lame. Cloud Treading Deer? Oh dear. It's nice. I liked it. Had 2 phases. Was a little challenging because I'm gonna give it grace. I'm gonna be up here. Yeah, I liked it here. I like it here. Sorry. I just like the fight. Having these 2 phases, starting with ice and then poison, seems like why there's weird combination of elements. Like it wouldn't fit naturally in my head. For fire and ice, that's fine. Lightning and we'll go with lightning. See, I don't have the creative mind that they have. That's what's up. It's really cool and a nice design. I like the arena too. It had this red tree in the midst of all these other normal trees and whatnot. Really easy to pinpoint it and go over there. That's what's up. I like that. And then gold armored rhino. I have it in D tier. Whatever gimmick fight and just runs around dumbly. Yeah, I don't like that. It's better than the iron card though. And Jubaji. Yeah, okay. There you go. I like it like this. Fangtail General. Yeah, they don't list it here. I put it in E tier. I don't know why the list I have put it as a boss because it's not a boss. You just hold the fucking tails? No. Eyes? I don't know what it's called for insects. Those antenna. There you go. Thank you. Emerald armored mantis. Emerald armed mantis. No, I like it here. It's a really cool fight though. Duskvale is better. But it's better than Tiger Vanguard because this is closer to what I'm looking for. This is like a better version of Tiger Vanguard in terms of fighting mechanics. It's funny where you find it inside of Jubaji's belly. You know, took me a couple of attempts as well. I think 4. It was 4 attempts. Yeah, this is good, right? Duskvale just wins in terms of design for this tier here, and Yaksha King is just an all-rounder, solid A-tier boss. What's next? Water Wood Beast disappeared half the fight and kept disappearing. I'm just gonna put it upper E tier. I had it in D tier, but yeah, just stop. You need to stop with bosses. Just run around and you have to go. It's like the Elden Beast in Elden Ring. You're just flying across. You have to. And when I beat it, you didn't have the, you can transform into, no, sorry, you can summon Torrent during the fight. So I had to run around myself like a big boy. Okay, so what's next? Giant Shigandang. Gimmick fight. Boo. Put it down here with the stones. These suck. I don't like this one. So Erlang, I have it in B tier. It is definitely upper B tier or lower A tier, right? So I'm going to leave it here for now, and I'm going to think about it for a second. Insane fight, just that the challenge being this bar that even if you melt it down all the way, it could suddenly pop right back up because the game wanted to. I don't like that. I didn't like that much. I think this is more a bit to spite the boss that I want to put it here. Because otherwise it was... No, I gotta put it in A tier. That was an insanely good fight. I loved it so much. It's better than quickest win and fastest fight. Whatever. Better than Bishwiggle. Better than Tiger Vanguard. Yeah. Emerald Iron Mantis does remain better in that sense because it cuts out this dumb gimmick. This is no. I'm gonna spite it just because of that dumb gimmick. You get bottom A, but you were still a solid fight. I love this kind of challenge. These kind of challenges. I didn't like it though. The armor bar thing is so stupid. Who's next? Oh yeah, right. Well, after Erlang gets to 4 Heavenly Kings, I have them in B tier. Visually awesome, super fun, but ultimately useless because you cannot lose it, right? Yeah, right here is good. It was such a satisfying fight to go through. And then Erlang Shang, I was just over it at that point, so I think I'm gonna give it better than Second Sister. Yeah, it's fine right there. And then Stone Monkey. It's just Stone Monkey. That's all there is to say about it. But it wasn't, no. Yeah, like this. These 3 are still the best of B tier. It is really good. Stone Monkey was just a cool fight, but just a formality. Like they felt like they wanted to add something at the beginning of the like a first phase of the final boss fight. They added this, but it's just it's a speed bump. You know what I'm saying? You can't really lose this fight. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have left. I'm just gonna put them here because I can't see. Don't lose your minds just yet. Right? I want to make sure I got this right. Red lung S tier. Black lung S tier. Cyan lung S tier. Yellow lung S tier. Sun Wukong S tier. So out of the three lungs, I think black is the one I like the least. And it's a toss up between cyan and yellow. This is tough. Let me read each descriptions. So, Red Lung, I wrote in all caps, let's fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. Solid fight. Exactly what I'm looking for. Everything I praised the Tiger for with an amazing design in tow. Right? Because we're still in, no, right. Chapter, I did it in stream 5, right? So that was right when we bought the Tiger? No, that's not true. Anyway, I was talking about Tiger Vanguard, right? So it applies to all these other here. Like, Red Lung, just super cool fight. Loved it so much. Like reaching it was a bit of a slog, sure. But once you get there, what an amazing prize. Black Lung, same as Red Lung, just an all-rounder cool fight. I really like it though. It is S tier. Like don't lose your minds. Like, oh my god, he didn't like it as much. No, it's still S tier, right? Like, this is a really good fight. That's what they need. Like, this is what they should be focusing on. Give us 10 bosses that are like, 30 bosses that are like these 5 here, and call it good, right? Take out all this bullshit right here. All this D tier, E tier bullshit. Even half of C tier. Get rid of all the frogs. You know, all this bullshit. Just give us 30 bosses that are like these S tier ones, and I'm good with it. You know, I'll pay double the price I paid for this game. I won't. You know what I'm trying to say. Yellow Lung still remains better. And amidst all that, I really do think that Sun Wukong is the best fight of the game. Yeah. Sun Wukong is amazing. That was a really good fight. But do bear in mind that we are comparing it to a lot of this, you know, so the bar is set very low. You know what I'm saying? But if we're comparing it to all of this, yeah, it is a solid, like just a really good, satisfying fight to get through. I know I was getting pissed a lot while I was playing, but do keep in mind, stretching on 4 hours of stream. So yeah, yeah. This is my tier list. This is the Fly Tico, Black Myth Wukong Experience tier list. There you have it, people. I think I'm alone stream right now, so I'll just close off and say goodnight. This stretched on for way longer than I would have hoped for. So there you go. And I'm sorry I'm talking really low. I just want to make sure I'm waking everyone up. If this is a little tough to go through, or are you knowing? How do you do this? It says 0 concurrent viewers on my. Oh no, now I'm at 1. Wow, you stuck around the whole time, Andres. I appreciate that. I mean, so much. You're gonna make me cry, buddy. Surprise.
What do you think? Was this boring to go through, or was this at least a little fun? Got you back, yeah. That's what's up. I appreciate you, man. I for Well, I'm going to uh, mythical vibes. It was interesting. Cool. That's what's up. It's um. I'm not gonna recommend you to play this game, Andres. To be completely real. Uh, like like you saw the list. You have to go through all of this, right, to get to these. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and yes, there's some like the frogs are funny and everything. I feel like I could have experienced this better if I actually played the game. Yeah. Yes, for sure. Because you would have understood what I'm talking about, which bosses I'm talking about, and you were here for a couple of the bosses, some of these, but you know, I think you were here maybe for. I I know you were here for like some of the dumber bosses, like fucking Commander Beetle. I know you were there that day. You were there for the whole stream that day when we beat Commander Beetle. But this, like me saying Commander Beetle, means nothing to you right now. It doesn't even ring a bell. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Gotta stop recording. It's never really the same between playing and watching a boss, I guess. Yeah, of course, absolutely. Sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and this is also one thing I'm super curious about. Like, would you have struggled as much as I struggle against like Emerald Arm Mantis and stuff like that? Commander Beetle rocked. No arguments accepted. Here you go, debate me. Let's go on Discord. um, but yeah, I'm gonna start writing the review now. I'm slacking on that. I still haven't done the Echoes of the Eye review, or not the review, but I want to share a couple of thoughts about the DLC. So I gotta do that first, and then I'm gonna focus on the Black Myth Wukong review while we're playing. And that one I'll be able to watch. And you know, it'll be interesting to sit down and talk with you about some of the points I'm making, because there's one person in the comment section that really was you know, focused on one of the points I was making, which was really the biggest criticism I had for the game. I'm super curious because it's something that I struggled to get through. But then online, some people are like, "Oh, it was so easy. I don't get why people were struggling with that." And so I'm curious if you're gonna have the same experience as me, or if it's gonna be a bit more of a breeze for you. Because you're more of an intellectual mind than I am. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these logical things are more intuitive to you than it is to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah. So I'm really curious. Just and also just in general, just to talk about your experience of the game with me. That it'll be such a treat because I really this game. Got dumber over the years. I don't believe that. I don't believe a second. But if it puts us on the same kind of playing field for Outer Wilds. All right. Close all of this. Got to a high of 5 viewers. Wow. A person quickly bailed. I don't blame them. This wasn't the most fun stream, I think.
But it's something I wanted to do. I shared my thought. That was the most important. I'm not really training my mind anymore, so I honestly feel like I'm slower than before. Interesting. How did you used to train your mind before? Like in class, in school, and everything? Doing your homework, doing your research, and everything? I was doing schoolwork. Yeah, interesting. What would you think would be the kind of substitute for that today? Reading books. Um, what do you think could kind of make up for that? Because we can't go to school for our whole lives, right? The point being, I sympathize with what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. I got to a point where right now I'm regretting not being good at math at school. Okay, let me rephrase it. I regret not being good at math in school is something I want to compensate with today. Kind of want to fix that. But there's not really any way to math on your own. You can look at videos on YouTube and try to do the exercises. It's going to be really difficult if you don't understand it. Not going to be someone who can walk step by step with you to help you understand what you messed up. I'm not training my mind to do the same things I used to do. Hmm. So, how is that you rephrasing what you said before? I don't get that. Oh, you mean, right, it's not you being slower. Lately, I'm doing more artsy stuff, so my mind is getting better at that, but I feel like my logical side is going down. Interesting. Okay, I see what you mean now. I see what you mean. That's what's up. Okay, okay, interesting. Do you think there's any way you could, quote unquote, reconcile the two? Is there a way that you can kind of maintain your logical mind and keep exploring your artsy side? Or is it just like one or the other? What do you think? Because I've always been of a more creative mind than a logical one. If that is the two, no, it's emotional. I don't think that creative psychology, human psychology talk. Oh, there's got to be a way to make both sides work. Yeah, yeah. They're not exclusive. What was I thinking then? Yeah, I think I was just thinking about emotional and being kind of two sides. Like no, opposites. That I can't think of one at the moment, but there's got to be. I mean, you got time to think about it. Burning out. Focus on your art stuff because you're doing amazing work, and it's cool that you're exploring that venture, not only in your paintings but your photography, um, the, your creative eye, looking stuff in the real world and kind of seeing the hidden beauty within it, where people would just see like a street, just a street. It's that neon sign and that post kind of merging together to create a shadow. And like that's the kind of creative mind that is really, really, and that you have been cultivating. That I've seen a lot of the results, not the process, but the result is always very satisfying to see what you're doing. Um, so yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, funny how life works. When I met you, I was not touching art at all. I always felt like it wasn't for me. But then a few years later, I switched. What was that switch for you? At what point did it flip? Because I always knew I was into art.
That was something that was always within me. So I cannot relate to the fact of some point some kind of flip. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to do something with the creative side. So you could not tell you. Mm. Try to think about it. If there is an answer, if there's none, then you don't need an explanation. You know, you literally. I woke up one day and there you go. Is as good an explanation as I was walking down an avenue. A cat came and gently rubbed its paw and purred as it walked around my legs. That's you don't need that. Just saying, I woke up one day. I woke up in a Bugatti. Actually, when I say art, I'm talking about visual art because I used to do music when you did. Yeah, with the guitar and everything. Remember that? Yeah. Right. Yeah, visual art. You did. You also always had a keen sensitivity, creativity. That's interesting. If you're watching the VOD and thinking, why am I still watching this? There is a point to this. There is a reason why I've kept going instead of just saying, all right, we're going to talk by messages. Because I know Anders in personal life. He's a close friend. If you're watching the VOD, this is more of a learning experience to try and like see how two different as Anders and I are close. We're different people, but we're also different from you. So if you're into a very specific creative. Was I muted the whole time? I think I was muted the whole time. Wait, let me try. Listen, what did that sound like? You mean right? It's not you being Mike's slower. Damn it! I'm doing more artsy stuff, so my mind is getting better at that. But I feel like. Shut up. Oh my god. Yeah, it was cutting out. God damn it. All right, so the whole point, it felt really deep. The whole point I was making is that if you, as a viewer, were watching this and thinking, this is useless, why am I still watching? This was supposed to be Black Myth Wukong. What you're watching right now is two different people, but very creatively kind of attuned, right? Attuned to their creativity. And so if you feel like this is uninteresting, just stop to think like, okay, so these are two different people or exploring creative ventures in a way that maybe I won't. So how does it work for them? Just like try to see different experiences and maybe you can learn a few things here and there. It's really interesting. I really feel fascinated talking about art with people. However, it is midnight right now. I've never streamed this late. So let's make a podcast about that. Absolutely. I would love to do a kind of just chatting segment in my streams where I just sit down and talk about stuff. I will make a podcast about that at some point. I don't want to make a podcast per se, but there will be, once a week I'm going to sit down with someone and talk about creativity. I'm saying just art in general. That's something that's super passionate. Like I'm super passionate about this idea. But I'm going to cultivate a wider audience first, just like get a few more, couple dozen more people. Like once we hit the 100 concurrent viewer mark, I'm gonna start doing that. Like concurrent viewers, like people who show up, 100 people who show up every time. That would be really amazing. But it's gonna be a while before we get there. That would be pretty interesting, to be honest. Thank you, man. We're gonna have you on the show one day, and talk about your process and everything. Because I also want to pick your brain apart. Of course, we can do this in private, but somewhere down the line, we would have both evolved and you might have a different approach to it, and that's what we want to explore. If that's something that interests you. Like a whole set in cameras could be fun. That's going to be down the line. Yeah, obviously. Yes, microphones too. That's going to be way down the line. For now, I like this minimalism of having just one webcam and doing this all. There's no effects here. It's just a webcam filming me. You know what I'm saying? Some people have crazy, overlays and everything. I don't care about that. You're here to watch me, not OBS being cool. I know someday maybe I'm gonna have to invest in that, but for now I'm cool with just keeping it like that. But yes, the whole setup is definitely something that further down the line I'm gonna start exploring for sure. I'm gonna call it good. I'm sorry. Super interesting conversation, but it's late. I want to go to sleep so bad. I'm so tired. Driving a lot. Had an amazing time at Andres' place. It was really fun. Cool surprise. Nice party. Met some amazing people there. You got some good friends. Nothing too fancy needed. Something like Pat K's podcast. Don't know Pat K. Let's conclude it with Andres jokes. Pat K podcast. Oh, this is crazy. Oh yeah, no. It is super simplistic. Like you weren't making a bit.
I really hate those
Could
kind of
I?
terms because they're
Could
mean,
I?
For beginner photographers, that
Yeah.
you choose to manipulate themes within them and then experiment with that. Go out in
2019,
April.
right?
Yeah. So,
Sorry, I listened to nothing that they were saying,
guess-
but shout out Pat K. My friend likes you, so I like you. Oh, no. Made you yawn. Good night, everyone. I'm so fucking tired right now. I'm gonna brush my teeth first. I'm gonna head straight to bed. Oh god, I could sleep right now on stream. Good night, Andres. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you watching the video, you had fun. It was nice seeing you today. It was wonderful seeing you today. Your reaction was priceless. So happy about that. And I see now how easy it is to come over to where you're at. So maybe one day I'm gonna make a little bit of an effort and come and hang out to where you're at, because I like the area. It's not a miserable town either. It's far, but not miserable. You know what I'm saying? So there's at least there's a vibe to it that we can just hang out and have fun. So we'll talk about it on private messages. Take it easy, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. I don't know if I'm going to stream on Tuesday, so don't count on it. If anything, I'll see you on Friday. So take care of yourselves. Be well. Love you all. Do something fun today. Do something you want to do. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side. Toodles.